Very good evening to you. Welcome to South Today. I'm Jo Kent. The top stories tonight. The first royal visit from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in the county that shares their name. Harrowing details of how a 5-year-old girl drowned after she was hit by a freak wave at a Dorset beauty spot. And green light for a retail giant as controversial plans for a new IKEA store and 600 homes are approved. It's more than 200 years since Sussex last had its own Duke, but that changed 5 months ago after a certain wedding, and today the title holder came to visit with his new wife. Harry and Meghan toured some of the jewels in the county crown, starting in Chichester with a crowd-pleasing walkabout. After viewing historical documents at Eads House, they travelled to Bognor Regis, where they opened a new university building. The royal couple then headed to East Sussex and Brighton, where again they wowed the crowds, before taking a tour of the Royal Pavilion. They finished their trip with visits to 2 charities in Brighton and Peacehaven. Bryony Leyland reports.
In Chichester, school stopped, work stopped, and the newcomers to the county quickly started to make friends.
We had a chat with Harry and he just asked if the weather was always like this in Chichester, so we said yes, of course it is.
Sussex hasn't had its own Duke since 1843. The consensus in this crowd was it's been well worth the wait.
I told him that we all get to miss double Latin, and he gave me a high five. But afterwards he did say that it's still good to focus on your education.
The children of Westbourne House School presented the Duchess with her very own A to Z of Sussex and let her know she has a namesake in one pupil's hen house.
What was Meghan's response to hearing she has a chicken named after her?
She was really happy. She wanted me to tell the chicken that it was really good that they had a really good bond.
She was extremely charming and I think amazing, considering she's done a huge long walk in high heels, talking to everybody. I mean, I'm just very impressed. And she's a very new royal, so, I think she's handling the crowds really well.
After the walkabout, time for a brief history lesson. The Duke and Duchess were shown a rare ceremonial copy of the American Declaration of Independence. It's one of only 2 in the world, and it was recently unearthed in the county archives. It's believed to have once belonged to the owner of Goodwood, another Duke.
We were able to explain to them that we thought the connection was the 3rd Duke of Richmond, who was known as the Radical Duke, who supported the American War of Independence.
An equally warm welcome and more history along the coast in Brighton at the Royal Pavilion, once the playground of Harry's great-great-great-great uncle King George IV, and sold off by his altogether less playful ancestor Queen Victoria, who found the people of Brighton very troublesome. No such difficulties for the Duke and Duchess today as they charmed their way across the county of Sussex. Bryony Leyland, BBC South Today.
Well, the royal couple also opened the University of Chichester's new Science and Technology Park. The site in Bognor Regis has cost £35 million. The Duke and Duchess were treated to a performance by a 20-piece chamber orchestra and spoke to students.
It was quite overwhelming at first, but the moment they walked in, it was really calming.
They were really enjoyable, lovely people, seemed really down to earth.
He was very interested to see what we're doing and how we start to learn something. It's a very complex thing to learn, and looking at the first exercises they're doing, and he really engaged with it. He really enjoyed it.